Hi guys, this is Dr. Cadell. I'll be teaching Chem 143, and this is just a brief introduction to the course and how it works. It's a hybrid course, meaning that the lectures and most of the lecture content is online through Canvas, and the labs are on site at MJC. So being run through Canvas, I'm assuming you can get into Canvas and get into our class. So the homepage should look something like this. The way I have it set up is it's mostly run through the modules, which I'll show you in a second. All these other links on the left here are also important: announcements, discussions, grades, and so on. So let's go over to the modules. And the way I have it set up is the first module is the syllabus module. So there's administrative stuff there. There's the actual syllabus, which I'll talk to you about during the first class meeting, our schedule, periodic table, and this link here, again, I'll talk about this in our first class meeting. This explains how you turn in your lab reports. Your lab reports are turned in through Canvas online, and that's a little video that shows you how to do it. So the way that the class is going to work is you will come in each week, and most weeks the first 30 minutes of class will be an exam, and each exam is on one module or one chapter at a time. Most exams are 10 to 15 questions, multiple choice. After you take the exam, and the exams start like right at the beginning of class. Once it's over, I'll collect the exams, and then basically we're going to do the lab. The first thing I'll do is I'll talk about the lab, talk about any safety issues, hazards, waste disposal, stuff like that. I'll talk about the procedure a little bit, and I'll get you started. You'll do the experiment, collect your data. When you finish, clean up, and go home. At home, you'll write up your lab report, which I'll show you that stuff, once we meet. And you'll turn it in through Canvas. Now, the way that you're going to study for the exams, where you're going to prepare for the exams, is through starting with the third module. The first, like I said, is the syllabus module. The second module has the laboratory stuff in it. So the procedure, which is the first link here. So each of these is the title of a lab. Tools of the trade is the first one, and then density, graphs, and energy content, and so on. What you'll need when you guys come to lab, not the first week, is access to the procedure. So if you click on that first link and click again, you'll get a PDF file, which gives you information about the lab, equipment you'll need, chemicals, an introduction which explains what's going on with the lab. And then the next part, though, after that, this one's kind of long, most of them aren't that long, is the procedure. This is the part, you guys, that you have to at least have access to while you're in the lab, because these are the steps that you're going to follow to do the experiment. After that is the data table that starts right here. And the data section, you have to actually have printed out and with you physically on paper, because you're going to fill this in by hand as you go through and do the experiment. You're going to fill in these blanks here. So you come in, you follow the procedure, get your data, fill in the blanks, and then when you go home, what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the laboratory report, which is the second link. So click on that. And if you click on this link right here, it opens up a PDF file which has fillable forms, and you're going to fill these in with your data and all that good stuff. You're going to do some calculations, stuff like that. I explain this in more detail in that link that shows you how to turn it in a lab report. So come back to that. And then, the next module is where we start with the lectures. Okay, this is it's like each module after that is like a chapter in a textbook. The title of the first module or chapter is Numbers and Measurements. And the way these are set up, we have usually two links with the same name. The first link is always a link to a YouTube video. And the second link is a link to a one-question multiple-choice quiz. So what you do is you click on this link here, and then click again, and it'll open up the YouTube video. And I'm not going to make you watch that. But that's your lecture. And they're mostly less than 10 minutes long. The idea is that you guys should, first of all, make sure you watch them all. Second of all, take really good notes through the whole lecture, the whole 10 minutes or so. And anything you don't understand, make sure, even a little thing, make sure you make a note and ask me. Okay, I'll show you how you can ask me. There's several ways. The other thing that you should do is, as you go through these videos, many times I'm doing calculations. You should do them with me. Actually, you should pause the video and see if you can do them yourself before I do it. That's going to really help you learn this stuff. All right, so you go through, do the video, take your notes, do the calculations. When you're finished, then you click on the next link, which is a link to a one-question multiple-choice quiz. The quizzes are, like I said, one question, multiple choice. You get 2 attempts. If you get it right even one time, you get all 1 point for it. It's open book, open notes. You can talk to anybody about it. It's not like, the idea is that everybody should get all the points for all the quizzes. So take that, and then you go to the next link for the next video. Do the same thing. You go all the way through the module, doing that until you get to the very last link, which is a link for the homework. This link's really important, guys. If you click on that and click again, it opens up a PDF file. This is your homework. I have the question, I have the answer in parentheses after the question. This is where you should spend the bulk of your time after you get through the videos and the quizzes. Make sure you understand these homework questions really well. Make sure you do all of them, not just once, but multiple times. Make sure you understand them inside and out. The way that I write my exams is I take these questions from the homework and I write very similar questions on the exams. There are definitely different numbers on the exams, slightly different wording, but if you know how to solve these problems, you'll know how to solve the exam problems. I really can't overemphasize how important it is for you guys to really spend a lot of time getting to know these homework problems. That's how you guys are going to do really well in this course. All right, so then that's pretty much how it goes. We'll go through all the modules pretty much once a week. Let me just show you up here real quick what the schedule looks like. I'll do this again when we meet. But the way this is set up is, depending on what section you are, it's one of these 2 dates each week. This tells you what module the exam is on and what lab we're doing. So the first week, of course, this week, no exam. All we're going to do in lab is I'm going to introduce the course and the lab to you, talk about safety, you'll be done. Easy, no problem. Next week, no exam. Then you're going to check into your lockers first, and then we're going to do the first lab, which is called Tools of the Trade. So that means that second week, you're going to have to be ready for that first lab. So have access to the procedure, have the data table printed out, and it really helps if you've read through the procedure first. All right, so then we go on through it like that most of the summer or the semester. You'll notice after the first 2 weeks, we pretty much have an exam every week all the way through. So that's how it's going to go. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Good luck, and here we go.